It's what can go wrong has gone wrong.
You can't let that stuff get away from you, you know.
Yeah. Well, it got away from us tonight a little bit, but thank God we got widescreen over there handling stuff.
It happens.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to skip chassis school and go back to phone school.
So
there you go.
Steve, you and I have been talking over the last couple of weeks, and you've got this idea, and I said, hey, we've got to get this on the show. We've got to talk about it, start promoting it right now. And I think what you're doing is just awesome, man. I mean, from my personal experience dealing with somebody who had cancer, and when I lost my dad, what you're doing is, I think it just gives me chills. I love it, and I want to talk about that. I'm going to let you tell everybody what you're doing this year, how they can get involved, and the results, and
okay,
what you're going to do. So go ahead and just let it fly.
Well, first of all, this is a subject that hits close to home to more people than I would ever want it to. It's hit close to my home. I've lost family members to cancer, and everybody else. It seems like everybody else I know has too, and it's just a bad thing. So, what I'm going to do this year, Extreme Motorsports. That's me, my wife, and Mark and the crew, and Lauren and Val Cruzy. And what we're doing, we're going to get together, and we have a goal for the end of the year. At the end of race season, we want to donate $10,000 to cancer research.
$10,000.
The way we're going to do this, $10,000, yes, sir.
Wow.
And the way we're going to do this is I have a new mod this year. It's not new, but it's new to me.
Right.
It's going to be kind of our benefit car. What we're going to do, we're going to print up 1,000 cancer ribbons of multiple colors, because there are so many different forms of this cancer that we need to eradicate. It needs to go away.
I agree.
And on this sticker, it's going to have my number 21, and it's going to say Racing for Life on each one of these stickers. And I'm going to be selling them throughout the year for $10 a piece. And with the help of all the fans, the crew, the racers, and everybody else that this thing has hit close to home, we want to donate $10,000 in everybody's name, not just mine, not just the race team, but every racer, spectator, everybody's name. We want to do this at the end of the year because I think it's an important cause.
It absolutely is. And when we first started talking about it, I've got 4 carts that we're getting ready to get on the track, and I told you I'll buy 4 and put those on our karting program as well. And so mark me down for four ribbons. And I think here's my prediction on this, Steve. I think with what you're doing and how you're doing it and how everybody can be involved as the entire racing community, I think you're going to need more than 1,000 ribbons.
Well, I really hope we do. And I am not taking a dime from this. I'm putting my time out. I'm actually buying all the ribbons. I'm putting, what we're going to do. If you are a cancer survivor or you've lost somebody from cancer, the center of the deck on my modified, you'll be able to come up before the races if we have it on display, or after the races. You can write your name down if you're a survivor. You can put the name of a loved one or somebody you've lost for cancer, and that's going to ride with us for the whole year on the car.
That just gives me chills.
And I just think that it's, I'm kind of going through it with a family member now. It's just because I think it's important, and I think we need to get rid of this thing.
Absolutely, I agree with you. And what a great way to do this. Who came up with this idea?
I got a pink chassis race car, and I kept thinking, I'm gonna do something special with this car, because everybody always give me a bad time for having green. So I can just imagine what's going to happen when I show up with a pink race car.
I love it.
But we've like I said, I've lost some family members, and I just couldn't think of a better way to get participation in a sport we love and the people we love to join in and try to benefit a lot of people for this. It's just something I've been thinking about doing. I've been trying to figure out a way to do it, and I finally figured out a way that we can make it work.
I absolutely agree.
I'm kind of getting choked up a little bit.
Well, and I'm sitting here trying to control myself too, because, this whole racing thing, I can blame it on my dad. He started taking me to the track when I was 2 years old, and he had a car out there for a little while. And I wouldn't be a part of this if it wasn't for my dad. And everybody knows that I lost him. It'll be 4 years coming up, and I just thought, when I heard this, it was I got a little choked up talking to you on the phone, because I know that it's a great cause, and I'm glad to see somebody stepping up and doing something like this locally. It's an awesome deal, and I'm proud of you, man. I think it's a very cool deal.
Yeah,
Well, thanks. I didn't. Like I said, you just need to do something to give back to the community and do the right thing. A lot of us go out and we have fun and we race and we have a great time, and at the end of the year it's like, oh, we're all done. What now?
Right.
Well, this is something you can give to the community and give to people that's going to last the rest of the year. It's going to help everybody out. It's hopefully it's going to make a difference.
Yeah, and I echo Corey's
Lauren,
Steve. I'm choked up just hearing about this, and Corey can just vouch. I just pulled my billfold out.
He did. He's counting the money. How many ribbons can I buy?
Put me down for 10, buddy.
So put him down for 10.
Put me down for 10.
Well,
so you got
all right.
you got 14
what I'm
of them already sold.
What I'm going to do is we're going to start selling these, and everybody's welcome to come, and we're going to start selling these at your car show.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
I was going to ask if they were going to be here because you're bringing 2 cars, correct?
I'm going to do my best. We are out hammering bodies away right now and trying to get stuff done. I've got a 60-hour-a-week job, and man, it's catching up with me this year a little bit. Well, we're going to make it. So, but we're going to have 2 cars there. We'll have a super sport car there, and then the modified.
Very cool.
But we are going to start selling these at the car show. If we don't have the color of ribbon that fits your personality, or not personality, but what you need to do as far as a person or what you've had,
right,
we will take special orders and we will make them and have them available the next week.
Man, that is awesome. Very cool. So I'm already getting messages here on the Swears Trucking chat line. Roger Schneider from Roger That Barbecue says, we're in. They're probably going to buy a few from you as well. So, see, it's already taken off. I mean, it's just a great cause, and
that's good. That's good. There's a couple things you can do too. I've thought of a couple different ways, and I'm not taking any money, but racing's expensive. If somebody wants to actually not be a sponsor, but donate as a corporate member or something to this cause, and they want their name in a vinyl on the car throughout the year, their donation, 50% of what they donate will go to the fund.
Wow.
That will be going towards keeping the car going, buying more ribbons, keeping this thing flowing throughout the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
That's
cool.
Another option if somebody wanted to go that route too. And of course, they'd get they'd get recognition for being on the car. I'm having a tough time, but I'm a little choked up because I've got a family member going through this. It's kind of getting to me a little bit. So,
well, I hear you. I'm sitting here with a lump in my throat as well, just thinking about my dad and the years I spent with him at the racetrack, and I really appreciate what you're doing, Steve. I just think it's an honorable thing, and we'll back you 100% on that.
I just know as a group and fans and racers, we're all a great bunch of people, and I think we can all come together and get this accomplished. And it's not going to be me; it's going to be everybody donating the money.
Yeah, this is
wow. So here's a message right here from
Moxie Mike Patterson. He wants
how many?
I can't read that right.
That's.
I can't do math.
He's ordering a bunch of them, so
he's in, dude.
We'll get you in, and we'll get you connected with him to get those ribbons down there to California. He wants to buy some of those, and man,
very good,
cool.
Very good.
Yeah, we'll
and we're not stuck at 10. If we that's great, and I want to give a lot of appreciation to Lauren and Val Cruzy because they're coming on board with this thing full throttle. Lauren's going to be part of the race team on the modified and the late model. He's a great person to put as a sponsor. He loves racing, and he's all in. So him and Val are really stepping up to do this, and my wife and Andrea and myself and the crew, Mark and Harvey and everybody that's involved with our team is in this 100%. We've talked about it, and it's going to be a goal for everybody, not just one or two of us. It's going to be all of us.
Right. Actually, Lauren. I was thinking about Warren. Lauren stopped by the other day here at the Jetstream Aqua Massage Studio, and he was talking about this, and he's just as excited as you are. I mean, he's really pumped up to do this, and you know how he feels about cancer and the line of work that he's in, and he's a big-time advocate for a cure for cancer, and he does a lot. Actually brought him back in the studio, and he saw the carts sitting here, and he looks at me, these 4 carts we're building, he looks at me and says, those don't have cages. I said, no, these are Speedway carts. We don't run it. This is comparable to a late model. The cage carts are sprint cars. He says, you're going that fast in that thing without a roll cage? I said, that's how we do it. And he says, You're kind of crazy, aren't you?
Well, we're not.
It was kind of funny to see. He was kind of puzzled, but it was kind of cool to see that, and he just was really excited about this program that you guys have started, and it was cool to see that kind of enthusiasm for something so positive.
Well, I think it's going to be a great deal, and it's going to be a great way to pull racers together and and get everybody on the right track.
Well, it's not just the racers; it's the entire community. You're going to have people from track owners to pit guys, and fans and sponsors jumping in on this, and
to radio hosts.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll back you and help you promote this deal 100% because, like I said, it's very personal for me, and to be involved with something like that, I'd be honored. It's going to be a cool deal.
Well, I appreciate everything you guys do for racing. I appreciate you helping out with this cause, and we just need to do everything we can to keep the momentum rolling until the end of the year. And let's do something big, and let's everybody do something big. Let's make a difference.
Absolutely. And if you want to drop a bunch of those ribbons off here at Jetstream Aqua Massage when you get them produced, we'll put up a thing on Moxie where they can stop at different locations and purchase them, and we're willing to be one of them. We'll help you get to that $10,000.
That'd be great. Like I said, we're going to start Saturday at the car show. We'll be going full bore at that point on.
Awesome. Well, it's going to be a fun car show, and glad to have you guys participate again this year. And let's get those ribbons sold. And if anybody wants to get a hold of you to buy those, they can contact you at 541-990-8087. That's your personal cell phone.
That's correct.
And Steve will answer the phone. He will. And if you guys want,
I will, unless I'm at work and the boss is standing there.
Right. Right. So, absolutely. So, and we'll put that information up on Moxie Media Promotions. How
absolutely.
To get
all right. I won't ignore anybody. It might take me a while to get back to you, but I will get back to you by the end of the day.
Absolutely. All right, Steve. Well, we appreciate you calling in, man, and we'll get that up on. We'll get a nice presentation put up on Moxie Media for you to help promote that deal, and looking forward to seeing you guys at the car show.
All right, man. We'll get it rolling, and I appreciate everybody, and we'll make this a success.
Absolutely,
Good
we will.
Deal.
Absolutely. So get back to work on those cars. You got 2 cars to bring to the show.
All right, buddy.
All right, take care.
See you, Steve.
All right.
How cool is that? See, that's something I had to keep quiet. I know you and I have talked about it a little bit, but that's something that for Steve, lost his mom a couple years ago, and it really, he was close with his mom like I was my dad, and losing a parent isn't something we think about a lot until you're in that situation, and it's I'm telling you right now, it's a horrible experience.
It's a game changer, and I'm sitting here, and as Steve was talking, it finally hit me as to how many people I personally know from the racing family that are fighting this battle right now, either them personally or their loved ones.
Right.
And
so that's the thing about cancer. It doesn't have.
It's not discriminative.
It's not. It doesn't matter what you look like, where you're from, how much money you make or don't make, what your status in life is. It's
out there,
and it doesn't care.
I was. I mean, you can vouch for this. I'm sitting here just pale.
Yeah,
white,
you got a little.
Trying. Okay,
but that's something that, like you said, it's affected all of us at some point in our lives, whether it's a loved one or a friend, or I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but when I was, I've had a pretty bad run there for a little while in my late 20s, early 30s. I was in a bad truck wreck when I was a teen, and I had a bunch of glass in my shoulders we had to dig out, and it created some pretty wicked scars. Every now and then I got to go get those injected, and was at my dermatologist getting him injected. He says, I don't like the way this spot looks on your back. I didn't even know there was a spot on my back. I had no idea. And he does a biopsy and scoops it out and sends it off and calls me about 6-7 days later and says, I need you to get in here. I need to talk to you. I go into his office, and Dr. Searle says, get your shirt off, get up on that table, we're doing surgery. I said, what? What are you talking about? He said, and I don't know the name. It's got about 37 letters in it. So anyway, it was.
And we're racers and we can't spell good.
Well, those medical words. Anyway, It was actually one of the most aggressive form of melanoma.
Oh, wow.
And he said, had he not found that, and we get it out, that stuff gets in your blood system, it's done. He said, honestly, he goes, you probably would have been dead in a year. Now whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I know he cut a pretty substantial chunk of meat out of my back and sewed me up, and it did not feel good. But and you don't know. It could be there, and you don't know.
Exactly.
So what Steve's doing, raising funds, is